you're so welcome, and we hope that you'll really enjoy celebrating with us some of the great achievements of the institutions that are being awarded watermarks. The focus of the whole conference that this award ceremony is part of has been how to embed more purposeful, responsive and effective engagement with the public in higher education. So it's fitting we should end with awards that celebrate how universities are doing just that and organising themselves to deliver really high quality engagement. Many of you have already heard of the Engage Watermark. Some of you already hold an Engage Watermark. But launched 5 years ago, it's an award for universities or faculties for their support for public engagement. And it follows a really quite rigorous assessment process, gathering evidence from a range of places that enable us to then make an assessment of if and how the university or faculty is supporting engagement. It really looks hard at how embedded public engagement is and where that support could be strengthened. And a key part of the award is the institution using the data that we gather to inform a 3-year action plan. There's 4 award levels. Bronze. A bronze award is a significant achievement and recognises that the organisation is in the initial stages of developing a really strong approach and with a clear plan in place to build on the great work they're already doing, but to really embed it across the institution. With silver, there's a significant support in place, and again, with a big plan to further enhance this. So again, a silver award, a huge achievement to recognise the great work that's already happening to support engagement. Once you get up to the gold award, we're talking about a beacon of excellence, and these institutions already have really strong support in place. They've still got areas of improvement, haven't we all? But these are institutions that really have made it have been committed to embedding engagement. And then for those who are gold award winners, after 3 years, you can apply for Sustained Excellence Award, and that's our platinum award. 4 institutions have just been brave enough to open themselves up to the watermark, and we're delighted to be able to make the awards today. And we're really delighted that David Sweeney has agreed to make the awards to these institutions. So before handing over to David to talk about how our first awardee has done, I want to celebrate Solent University, and here's a short film to celebrate their work.
Since 1856, we have been transforming lives by providing education and training for people of all backgrounds. With our commitment to social justice, Solent University has a history of making a difference from within Southampton. From our 2-way knowledge exchange to active public engagement activity, connecting and working with our communities has long been in our DNA at Solent. Our commitment to supporting residents and accessing lifelong learning is reflective of our ethos in enabling people to achieve their full potential. We will address the challenges of the climate and ecological crisis through our teaching, research and public engagement. We utilise renewable energy and inspire our communities to live healthier, active lifestyles. Through working together with partners and suppliers, we will unlock social value and help people live healthy, active and sustainable lifestyles.
Thank you. And I'd like to hand over to David, who's going to share a few words about what the assessment we did revealed. David.
Thanks very much. I think under the leadership of Karen Stanton, Solent University's commitment to public engagement has gone from strength to strength. I think we've seen that in the film. Always a highly applied and connected university. The last 3 years have seen them take public and civic engagement as a top priority. During challenging times, they've launched a civic charter. The partners find that charter useful. They find the university easy to work with and welcoming. That has involved and meant they've had to invest in support, excellent support for public and community leads. They've had to develop a dedicated expert team and networks, and of course an oversight group, so that it's tied into what the university does and what its partners want. They've built support into the promotions criteria and made public engagement business as usual at the university. The action plan that they've got builds on those strengths and their commitment as a university to increasing the involvement of the community in their work. Given the above, NCCPE is delighted to award Solent a silver watermark.
And in true Oscar style, we'll go over to their accepting their award.
Have pulled together to establish a public engagement culture. Our approach to public engagement is the symbiotic relationship that we've established within the local community.
I think working with Solent University is their openness to collaborate on different initiatives. It's been really refreshing. The last few years that's really been reset and reignited with some real positive outcomes.
I think what makes us distinct as a university is our grassroots approach to working with our different publics, not just working on them. It's really understanding those issues.
I've targeted lots of different demographics, including young carers, primary school children, college students, elite divers and older adults. But the main project, which is very special to me, is Help Her, which is a weight loss intervention for women of ethnic minority.
It means the world, to be honest, because it does mean that we are now in a position to, having been recognized, can take it to the next level and build on it from this point on. And as a public-facing university that we are, it is a reflection of what we stand for.
And lots of people celebrating in the chat for Solent. Very, very well done. Our next awardee is the University of Derby. And I have a little bit of a soft spot for Derby because that's where I grew up. And they're doing some amazing work in Derby. And I so wish that they'd been doing that when I was living there. They've thrown themselves into the watermark process and really challenged us to think about how the award worked for a smaller, more applied university. And here's a short film about their work.
You could have any site across the country, rooms, classrooms, facilities, but I think it's the people that really make it.
This is Houston. It's a good picture of the horizon. We can't see many terrain features as yet. Apollo 8 Houston, we're beginning to pick up a few craters very dimly. The whole thing is pretty bright.
It's probably the first time that my son has seen the world in that sort of context. He doesn't understand yet, but he will one day.
Derby's strapline is "Make It Real," and the NCCPE found their approach to engagement to be committed and distinctive. Their VC, Catherine Mitchell, is a powerful champion for public and civic engagement, and the university has a range of innovative and effective mechanisms for engagement, including a civic lab and the SHED initiative you saw in the film. They've recently launched a civic agreement that capitalizes on their excellent partnerships in the city and region, and the watermark process invited careful reflection on how to get the very best out of their engagement activity, and the resulting action plans sets a challenging and ambitious agenda for the next 3 years to embed engagement across all of the university's functions. NCCPE is delighted to award the university a bronze watermark in recognition of their achievements, and looks forward to working closely with them on the next stage of their journey.
I'm proud of the fact that public engagement at Derby is rooted in applied research and knowledge, which is really responsive to the specific needs of our partners and our communities.
We've got new learning programmes, different pathways into education and training opportunities that are being developed.
So the achievement of a watermark is really important because what it provides is a platform, a catalyst, so that we can take the University of Derby and its civic mission, its public engagement in learning and teaching, and innovation and research to the next level.
This is having a social, a civic, and an academic impact across our region and globally. And that's really the basis of our action plan and how the University of Derby will now deliver against the NCCP watermark.
Very well done, Derby University. It's been great having the opportunity to work alongside you. I think that the watermark is always such a really rich experience, you know, working alongside universities, getting to know their staff and students and seeing their insights, and also the really excellent work that's happening. So our next awardee is the University of Cardiff, and David will remember that Cardiff was one of the beacon universities way back when all this started. The NCCPE first worked with Cardiff when it was part of that Beacons network. And here's a snapshot about how their work has developed.
So today we're in the National Museum here right in the heart of Cardiff, and today is the Brain Games. So this is the 4th year that we've done the Brain Games, and it's a whole series of interactive games that explain to them how different parts of the brain work.
I'm Mary McVicker and I'm the project lead for Community Gateway. We're the university partner working with this building. It's really just about opening up the doors, opening up the shutters for the first time in a long time, and letting people know that it's now a community resource and it's now available for them to use.
You know, having a place where we can all get together on a mutual ground is definitely really good for the community for everyone to get together.
So the Share with Schools works with schools in both Cynon Valley and in Cardiff. And these are communities where, in many cases, the pupils don't really think that university is something that they can aspire to.
I would like to come to university because we've learned a lot of things about it, and I think that I'd be able to learn a lot more if I were to come here, and that I would be able to get degrees and things like that to further my progress in whatever profession I choose.
Well, I do indeed remember the Beacons for Public Engagement, and I'm sitting now in Cardiff as it happens. This assessment revealed significant progress and growth in engagement work since the Beacons investment, particularly in the last couple of years, which have been so difficult, and also areas where there is significant potential to scale up the impact of the work. And I think it's great when that opportunity can be grabbed. The newly developed Central Public Engagement team are clearly valued. Senior leaders' commitment to civic mission is strong, and there are some rich practices of engagement across the university. The short film you've just seen exemplifies some of the highly committed community-based work that's been undertaken and the strong commitment to social justice in their work. The NCCPE was really impressed by the commitment and by the ambitious plan that the university has created. Given this, NCCPE is delighted to award Cardiff University a silver watermark.
As one of the original beacons for public engagement, I'm proud that Cardiff University has continued to support public engagement as a strategic focus in various forms.
What I valued most about the engagement with Cardiff University is the exposure for young people, particularly to the research opportunities and the widening participation access.
These give voice to children and young people who whose voices are seldom kind of captured in design and planning of their learning environments.
We're asking the questions that are most important to our community in the research projects that we're doing.
The watermark process was fundamentally important to us as an institution because I think it showed us that public engagement is more of a process than an event, and it showed us what more we needed to do to improve our public engagement activity embedded in the institution.
Very, oh, sorry.
There you go.
Sorry.
You go, Sophie.
Sorry. I was just going to say very, very well done, Cardiff. That was really brilliant, and really great to see that the foundations laid in the beacons were built on so strongly, and so really exciting to see that. I've completely thrown myself now thinking that I was in the wrong part of the award ceremony, but I think we've got our final institution coming up now, and our final awardee is the University of Birmingham. So I'm alumnus of Birmingham University, and they were one of the first to give the watermark process a try, and they became a silver watermark holder a number of years ago. And they came back for more. They wanted to see if and how they had progressed in embedding engagement. And so here's how they've been doing.
So today we're in the National Museum here right in the heart of Cardiff. And today is the Brain Games. So this is the 4th year that we've done.
Oops.
Wrong city.
There is enormous enthusiasm for public engagement, for engaging the wider public with what we do as a university, and with breaking away from the idea that universities are just about their own staff and students, and instead really engaging with the idea that we should be about enriching the community more broadly.
Everything to everybody, said the library's visionary founder, George Dawson, and yet his legacy to us, this great Shakespeare library, has gone to sleep. Not enough people know about it. Not enough people know that it belongs to them, whoever they are, wherever they come from, whatever their educational background might be.
And also about engagement as a two-way thing, about a dialogue between universities and the public. It's so important.
We do need to be part and parcel of the solution and be there around the table when decisions are being made. So I grabbed the invitation with both hands. It's a very interesting impact to be able to have and share with people. And I think it's been a two-way process where the scientists have also learned from us and vice versa, a meeting of the minds.
Well, some great comments there, and indeed the assessment uncovered some exemplary public engagement practice and a real appetite from staff and senior leaders to develop a more significant presence in the city, something that I've seen at firsthand myself. It was encouraging to see the investments and progress that had been made since the last watermark assessment, including recognition of public engagement in the Birmingham academic career framework, quite important, I think, and the opening of the exchange in the centre of Birmingham. This work is building strong foundations for the future, and given all of the above, the NCCPE is delighted to award the University of Birmingham a Gold Watermark Award.
The institutional support means that I'm able to experiment with different technologies, platforms and tools to be able to create engaging ways for people to access research in a meaningful way.
The special thing about achieving the watermark is the fact that it celebrates the work of all the people who are working tirelessly in the areas to push the boundaries of engagement.
I'm most proud of the fact that our approach involves everyone across all of our academic disciplines and our partners in our local communities and beyond.
I think what I'm most proud of is the way in which public engagement has really helped us to reconnect with our city and our civic roots, and it's really at the heart of the way in which we're now engaging with our amazing and diverse communities in the city.
Well, the watermark is a validation of what we've achieved, but it's also a springboard for the future. It gives us some confidence that we're going in the right direction and that we really have something to contribute in this area.
I think achieving this watermark really instills pride in all of us working on that interface between research and audiences. So it's really, really motivational.
Very, very well done, Birmingham, and really great to see you build on the foundations that you've laid and achieve a gold award. I want to thank all of our awardees. They really went through the mill doing the watermark. The watermark is no small process. It's a very rigorous process, and I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as we have. We really want to see our watermark awardees being able to share the great work that they're doing. And when I reflect on the conference as a whole and remember that for many of us, there are some real challenges in the sector currently, it is really lovely to see where staff across an institution are really committed to embedding public engagement as a really core part of their identity. So many, many congratulations to our 4 awardees. We hope that this will really lay the foundations for even more excellent work to come. So thank you to David for making the awards. Thank you to all of you who've joined us on the live stream. We're going to go back to conference now and just do a few wrap-up statements, but thank you for joining us on the live stream. It was great to have you, and I hope you feel as proud as your colleagues for what you've achieved as institutions, and we look forward to working with you in the future.